Hello, Mr. UPS man. Hello.
How are we doing today, fuckers? Ooh, fuck my hair up there. I have completely lost that Nerf gun. How are we all doing? I hope we're doing well. I hope we're staying safe, and I hope we're being responsible, and I hope we are, let me just adjust this a little bit better, and I hope we're washing our damn hands, because I know that we are deep into this lockdown. I know where I'm at. They're starting to lift restrictions, whether that's a good thing, don't know. I'm not the one to comment. But what we're doing today, oh shit, I fucked that up. What we're doing today is, I'm going to start a bit of a new segment called Bedlam and Squalor's Monthly Recommendations, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's me recommending a couple of different things that I'm enjoying or that I have previously enjoyed that I think you guys might kind of enjoy as well. A lot of enjoys in there. Da, 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 da. But yeah, look, it's going to cover gameplay. It's going to cover, obviously, games, comics. So it's kind of and I do want to, not news, but I want to, maybe do a couple of opinion pieces here and there. You guys can disagree with it. You can like it. Totally cool. If you have any ideas, flick it through. So yeah, I'm going to be covering some movies as well, which I guess is a bit of a new topic here. But if you haven't checked my other videos out, you should. I've just dropped a gameplay video of both Assassin's Creed, and we've done a gameplay video of Space Hulk Deathwing. Now that little fucker, that game is goddamn hard. Space Hulk Deathwing. I fucked up a little bit, and I fucked the save up, and effectively what I've done is I saved it at a point which was, how do I put it? Fucked. Yeah, so I done it where I had like no medkits left. Both of my boys were pretty much on their last bits of health. I had to pretty much restart the level from scratch. But hey, look, I got really good at Space. Well, I got passable at Space Hulk Deathwing. So again, if you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's a fucking awesome game. I'm really, really loving it at the moment. Same with a few others as well. So let's get straight into it. Now, my monthly movie recommendation. Let's see if I can edit it and put it like a nice little... I wonder if that's going to work or not. I'm going to find out later. But yeah, my monthly movie recommendation is The Gentleman. It's a movie directed by Guy Ritchie. It's starring a whole heap of really, really cool ass motherfuckers. You got Charlie... I'm going to fuck his name up. I don't know. Charlie, the guy from Sons of Anarchy. He's a great actor. For some reason, I think he does the voice on Black Flag, but I can be completely wrong about that. Now, so you've got him, Matthew McConaughey. We've got a couple of really great British actors as well, which, old mate is a British, Charlie's a British actor. So we've got Hugh Grant. It's very, very, if you guys know Guy Ritchie's kind of style, in terms of the London gangster underground kind of thing. It's yeah, that's pretty much it. But goddamn, it is a fucking great movie. And like Guy Ritchie's movies, the soundtrack is on par with the actual film as well. It's like a little cherry on top. He's got some great numbers in there, Cumberland Gap by David Rawlings. That's a really, really cool tune. That's Entertainment. I think that was done by The Jam, if I can remember correctly. But yeah, the soundtrack's awesome as well. The guy who wrote, or the person who did the score for him, the vibe I get is very similar to the Joker in terms of a bit twisted, a bit, there's a really funny scene in it where Hugh Grant and Charlie, they're both their characters having a bit of a dialogue, and Hugh's like, making a joke. He's like, let's go to bed, and it crosses to a point where Hugh's talking about wanking into a hanky, which is it's hilarious. It's a great movie. Hugh Grant is almost unrecognizable in it, but that's just a testament to his acting. It's a great movie, and again, you should also check out, if you haven't seen a lot of Guy Ritchie movies, you should check out a few more. There's Rock and Roller, which I'll probably cover a little bit later. We've got Snatch, which is probably one of my all-time favorite movies, like hands down. That's awesome. We've also got Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, which is it's a great little precursor. I think Guy Ritchie was still kind of finding his feet with the underground kind of gangster flicks. But again, all of these movies, great music, great actors, great action scenes, always a cool little twist as well in regards to how it's all set up. Absolutely fucking killer. And then what else? And just the whole thing tied together is fucking, it's really, I don't know, it's just down to earth, and it's very much each film, although it's a gangster film, each film kind of focuses in on a different aspect of that. In The Gentleman, the story is essentially Matthew McConaughey's character is looking to get out of the weed business. He's looking to sell. He's done his time. He wants to have kids. He wants to marry with his wife. Marry with his wife. Right. You know what I'm trying. He wants to settle down with his wife. So that's a really cool premise. And Charlie's like his offsider, and there's a businessman who's a potential buyer who's a really high-end businessman, and it's all about everything in between. You've got aspects of the London tabloids. You've got aspect of the junkie lifestyle, which Guy Ritchie always tends to kind of slip. Or there's two kind of things. So it's like the junkies, and then you've got the rock and rollers, or the music industry, or the entertainment industry. There's always kind of an underling of that, which is again, I really like that. I think he's got a real pulse on reality, but also mixing that with fantasy as well, or a really good narrative. The style in every single one of his movies is on point as well. They're always wearing like tailored jackets, or it's very, very, Peaky Blinders obviously took a lot of inspiration from his movies, or vice versa. You never know. But hey, look, that's my monthly movie recommendation for that one. Now let's move on. What I'm going to do is my monthly comic recommendation, which is, I got two of them. Bit of a treat this month. I'm currently still reading this one. Where the fuck did I put it? Down here. I'm back. So obviously it's gonna be Batman, because I love Batman, and fuck is. But this is a different take. I'm obviously still reading it. So this is Batman Year 2, Fear the Reaper. This cover here. Now this ties into Batman's origins with Joe Chill's son, the Reaper, and obviously this is Year 2, so Batman's still quite, not naive, but he's still quite new to being Batman. I guess he's still kind of learning the ropes a little bit. Again, if you've watched my other videos, this is 90s artwork, up and down. I fucking love it. I really love this Batman suit here. Let's try and give you a bit of a, so you can see the suit. You've got the gray, the blue, and the yellow kind of highlights, which is cool. And then obviously you've got the Reaper, which is like a counterpart of that, and these two fighting here. If you notice on the little Batman symbol, it's all crossed out, like scratch. And I'm pretty sure you can get a figure which has got the same cross on it. Again, check it out. Really, really cool comic. My other one is one of my favorite Marvel comics as well. Again, it's probably up there with Venom. It's Wolverine. Wolverine Weapon X. I got this for a steal. I'm pretty sure it was at the toy figure collection store called Los Lobos in Northcote, which is, again, you should check it out if they're open. Jump on their web. Actually, I think their website's not working. But anyway, if you get a chance in the near future, once all this bullshit's done, check it out. This is really cool. Again, this is a bit different. This is quite, how do I put it? I always kind of associated Marvel with being less darker, less kind of gory. Turns out I was wrong. I'm happy to admit that. But this one is essentially the creation of Weapon X, or Wolverine, in terms of how he gets his adamantium claws. And it's kind of told from the perspective of diaries, or from the perspective of the doctors. And you've got Wolverine, who's kind of in and out of consciousness, barely trying to survive. And obviously his memory's being wiped. He's getting pumped with adamantium. He's becoming essentially the Wolverine we know. But again, the artwork is sublime. It's fucking awesome. It's really kind of got this washed out, almost psychedelic feel to it. And you've got Wolverine just fucking losing it. Again, I just get lost opening the book, and I always forget how good this novel is, how good this comic is, I should say. But again, check that out. Wolverine just gone fucking bonkers. And it's about, how do I put it? The twist, I don't want to spoil it because you guys should check this out. I got this for I don't think I paid $30. I think I paid like $12 for it. But the story is, it's kind of switching, like I said before, between the Doctor's, Wolverine's perspective as well. There's a point where they literally just pull him out to the snow and they test him. This is they're like, all right, we've programmed the fuck out of him. Let's see how we go. They put him in the cold and he fucking goes brutal berserk mode. And what happens is he actually starts to cotton on to what's going on. And let's just say it doesn't end well for the scientists. There's also a really cool game which is based on this kind of arc. It was done 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. Wolverine was actually voiced by Mark Hamill. And I remember picking that game up the same time I picked up Doom 3. So it's around the same time. I played on PC. It was a bit buggy, but fuck me, it was cool. It had some really cool gameplay aspects. What is it? I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, just if you just Google Wolverine early game or Wolverine game, Mark Hamill, it should bring it up. You had some really cool mechanics in that as well. But anyone who's, anyone who knows, the Wolverine with the metal kind of skull on him when he was chained, this is it. This is where it comes from. And Wolverine is a fucking beast. So highly recommend checking out both those comics. There's also, I think, a follow-up or a precursor called Wolverine Origins, which is the same kind of art style. I guess it's the same arc as well. Yeah, check it out. I haven't read Old Man Logan just because I don't really think Wolverine can't die, so fuck it, that's it. He still lives. So yeah, I don't really go down that road. But again, one of my favorite characters besides a few of the other great Marvel ones, Venom, Thor. That's probably what I'm going to get into next is Venom, Venom, Planet of the Symbiotes, and the whole Null. Forgive me if I'm not saying that right. That his arc in regards to how he was this other god, and there's some really cool lore behind that as well. So Null, however you say it. If we've got fans of Thor here, you guys are obviously going to know Gore the Butcher. Now, Gore's sword, what powers him and makes him so deadly, is the All Black, which was Null's first weapon. All Black is essentially a symbiote, as far as I'm aware, made out of the Eldritch Darkness, which is before all the forgotten what they're called, before all the Celestials, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, Null had a war with those guys. Those guys teamed up after Null caused some fucking serious shit, and yeah, put him into a big slumber. When Thor fought, I think it was the dragon Grendel, I always forget the names, forgive me. That was actually an aspect or a creature designed from the Eldritch Darkness, which was a servant essentially of Null. When Thor defeated Grendel, it severed his connection to all of his other symbiotes, which is obviously, you got to read the Venom storyline and how that kind of plays into everything else as well. I think where they're up to now is Null is focusing his attention on Dylan Brock, which is Eddie's son. But that's probably for another video. I'm going to move on. But again, the lore with that is awesome. But yeah, now, moving on. My game or games of the month. I've got two. I don't know why, but obviously the first one is going to be Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Again, check out the video, the gameplay. I'm going to have some more Assassin's Creed gameplay coming out as well. But again, amazing game. I'm in love with it. I'm in love with the aesthetic, the aspect of it. There is a few, how do I put it? There is a few kind of bugs, but again, it makes up for it in terms of the missions are really unique. Like I was, the other mission I just did the other day was, I think I've got some footage of it. The mission was essentially trying to stealth follow this ship through the swamps or mangroves. Really cool. And then you have to get off the ship. You have to run and dodge crocodiles. And, you know, as a born and bred Territorian, I was like, yes, mangroves, crocodiles. Oh, shit. Loved it. Now, there's also one I'm going to feature, which is I've just unlocked the diving bell. We can dive underwater. So I don't know how far I'm actually into it yet, but loving every second of it. So you definitely should check that out. Another one is, now for all you side-scrolling fans, Castlevania, Symphony of the Night. I love that game. I'm actually stuck at the, what's the secret boss, which is the big Egyptian god thing. Yeah, I have a tendency to save it right before a really fucked up boss and not have enough health and I just like, nah, I got to find a way to get good and get past this. I guess that's a part of the Dark Souls that's ingrained into me now. But you should check it out. It's on the PS3 network. It's on the PSN network for PS4. I fucked that up. But amazing. Aesthetics, the art style. It's still, I think it's 16-bit or whatever, but I can't recommend it enough. The exploration, it really, really was groundbreaking at the time, and it still holds up now. Yeah, couldn't recommend it enough. Now, that actually segues into my record of the month, or recommended listening. Now, this is actually one that was inspired by Castlevania. The reason is, although that soundtrack is legendary, don't get me wrong, it's legendary, I wanted something with a little bit more kind of oomph to it, but still have that 80s kind of vibe. So, alrighty, this is my record of the month. Billy Idol's Whiplash. I dig this record. It's really kind of simple. It doesn't really have a lot of his major hits on it, so there's no White Wedding, there's no Rebel Yell, but there's, you know, you've got Sweet 16, Don't Need a Gun, One Night, One Chance. This is a really great record. The production value in it is awesome. You can tell they've used a drum machine, but god damn did I do it well. The guitarist, who I'm assuming is this dude here, forgive me, I don't know much about Billy Idol, but I love it. I love his music. So I think this is the guitarist, and they work really, really well together. So it's got that 80s metal kind of, or hair metal kind of vibe, but it's got the synths in the background. It's really fucking cool. Again, I picked this up for like $15. So if you do want to check out the record, or get this, all I can say, if you're a Billy Idol fan, or if you're an 80s fan in general, which, you know, if you've watched my other videos, I'm definitely an 80s fan. 80s, 90s, 2000s, it's all good. But definitely check it out. Billy Idol, Whiplash. Great record, great production value. Yeah, and it's really kind of, for me, I really like to hear the production value, or the production of each decade. And kind of reminisce a little bit, you know, because you've got your 80s gated snare and the reverb on that as well. And then you've got your 90s with kind of, which is the complete opposite. It really embraced like analog, or how do I put it, like the heavy kind of sound. It kind of shunned away all the excess of the 80s in terms of, and that bled into the production as well. In the 80s, you had a lot of new technology coming out, or new technology that was becoming affordable, that was becoming the next thing. And then, you know, the same thing with the 90s, 2000s, blah, 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 blah. But great record. Really, really cool. Yeah, I guess that's kind of it for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in.